said that self-care for me would be like, oh, I'm getting a massage, we're getting facials, we're gonna go get a pedicure. Like, my self-care doesn't look like that at all. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my Hashimoto story. And I also just want to talk to you about, what you can do and just that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So I know I was definitely looking for people and lots of information when I was first diagnosed. I hope that this helps somebody. So I have had thyroid issues since I was like 16 years old. Hypothyroid. I've been on medication for at least 20 years. I have felt pretty crappy for a long portion of that. Brain fog, gaining weight super rapidly, unable to lose it no matter how long I dieted or how little I ate. Just really shitty self-worth. I mean, depression. When you just feel that crappy all the time, it's really hard to just feel motivated. You kind of just feel stuck in your life. I did. I always felt like I was behind everybody and behind where I should be in my life, and didn't have a lot of forgiveness for myself because I didn't really know what was going on. So I only recently was diagnosed with Hashimoto's about 6 months ago. A huge portion of my life, just getting blood tests all the time. Medication was never right. I was on 200 micrograms a day, and it was still showing up as hypo. And then probably about 3 years ago, my medication, I don't know, I must have calmed down a flare. Before that I had a big flare, and I probably put on like 50 pounds in 3 months. I just felt like complete garbage. My flare must have calmed down enough that my medication actually pushed me into hyperthyroid, and I ended up developing thyroid eye disease. So went through the whole period of that where my eyes literally, my face became super deformed. It's definitely calmed down a lot now, but I have a lot of damage, and may have to have surgery. We'll see what happens. It might continue to calm down more, and my eyelid might drop a little bit more because it has been dropping so much since we've been treating everything holistically, and that is what I want to talk to you about. About 5 months ago, I found a new doctor who was willing to take me seriously. My last doctor, when I asked her if I possibly had an autoimmune condition like Hashimoto's, she laughed in my face and was like, no. Anyway, so I went out and I took some initiative and I found a new doctor. And that, guys, is the number one thing you need to do if you're really not feeling well. Your numbers aren't stable. You really need to be an advocate for yourself and make that happen. So put it on your list of things to do. Make it the one thing you need to accomplish this month. Call around, ask your friends. Look at going to the doctor like an interview. I know it's expensive. Feeling better it feels so good, and I can't believe that I used to live like that. This doctor has me getting blood tests every 4 weeks, trying to find the right dose of medication. He has me on a supplement regime, which I'm actually going to put down on the bottom exactly what I take, because I take 2 different types of probiotics. I take glutamine. I take a thyroid support multivitamin, or endocrine support multivitamin, vitamin D, because if you have Hashimoto's, it's a high likelihood that you have low vitamin D. What else do I take? Just a bunch of other supplements, and I'm going to put them down below. He recommended all of these to me. Also, follow an autoimmune protocol diet, which was hard at first. I mean, I guess it wasn't that hard because I decided that I was going to do it and I set my mindset that it was going to be easy. That's a huge part of why I feel better. I've tried introducing a few things. I've been on this diet for 6 months now. I have lost, 40 pounds at least with literally no effort and no exercise. That was during quarantine. I went back to work after a month and a half of quarantine, was down 25 pounds from just relaxing, working on my house, going on super leisurely bike rides. So yes, that is a totally awesome side effect. What I was trying to say is I have reintroduced a few things, and then there's a few things that I have reintroduced and they've been absolute no-goes. And one of them is nightshades. Hot pepper, cayenne, paprika, nothing. I don't eat tomatoes, I don't eat potatoes, eggplant. Cutting those out actually cut down on almost all of my eye pain because the thyroid eye disease, it ended up putting so much pressure on my right eye that I have glaucoma in it. So cutting out the nightshades eliminated so much of that pain, and I used to get a migraine at least once or twice a week from it. And well, I don't know if it's exactly from it, but they're gone. So maybe I get a migraine once a month now, maybe. So those are all just amazing, amazing benefits of going on Autoimmune Protocol, and I highly, highly recommend that you do that. And I'm going to do another video and talking just what is Autoimmune Protocol and how it changed my life and everything. So definitely stay tuned for that. You're going to have to go on some sort of elimination diet, cutting out at least gluten and dairy, but really I would look into an Autoimmune Protocol. Self-care is so, so important to me. What self-care looks like for me is journaling every morning, making sure that I get enough sleep and 8 to 9 hours of sleep consistently every single night. And I might be okay if I miss if I only sleep 7 hours for one night, but maybe 6. But honestly, getting enough sleep is critical for me. Even after 1-2 days, my eye will already start to swell up, which will hurt. I'll get aches and pains in my body, and it's just not worth it at all. Sleeping, journaling, just processing, not even processing, just dumping how I'm feeling at any given time. I do it every single morning, and it totally sets me up for having a way better day. I do my gratitudes every single morning, and that really helps to put things into perspective for me. That might be one of my favorite parts of self-care, just taking a few minutes and really acknowledging everything that I'm grateful for. And all of that puts me in a way better headspace. It just helps me to know that I'm going to be able to tackle whatever's coming at me. So 3 things that you can do right now, 4 things you can do right now to feel better if you have Hashimoto's, if you have Graves' disease, is 1, get a doctor that's going to work with you and really help you out. If someone's not willing to get to the bottom of why you feel like garbage all the time, then stop giving them your money and go find somebody who's going to support you. 2, supplements. If it's an autoimmune disease, it's all about the gut, so you definitely are going to have to add in some probiotics, and you just really want to nourish and support yourself. Nourish and support your body as much as possible so that you can feel good. 3, at the very least, you got to eliminate something. So maybe it's gluten and dairy, maybe it's any unhealthy high omega-6 fats that lead to inflammation. Nightshades is huge for me. Really start looking into an elimination diet. And then fourth, self-care. Lots of sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Journaling, gratitudes. They will change your life, for real. All right, I think that's all I have for now. So I'm definitely going to make an autoimmune protocol video. And let me know if you have any questions about Hashimoto's. All right, have a great day.